Okay, introduce yourselves and what you play.
Well, I'm Jeff, I play bass. Well, I attempt to play bass guitar and I attempt to sing as well.
And I'm Bill and I play guitar and I do some vocals too.
Kind of brief history of the band.
Very brief, we formed and we're in America.
Yeah, well we kind of formed properly early '87. Did a demo which is pile of shit because it had another vocalist on it. Then we split with him, did a first album, then did a demo before the second album, did the second album. So really, I mean, we've been around for I don't know, over 3 years.
3.5 years.
Yeah. I mean, the name dates back to '85.
Yeah, if you want to get really technical about it.
Yeah, the name dates back to '85 when me and Ken, the drummer, did try to form a band called Carcass. And we had some early lyrical ideas that ended up on the first album. But, you know, nothing really came of that. It wasn't until early '87.
You said to wait 10 minutes.
Alright. Until I showed up. Took the reins. Or it doesn't
Well, it wasn't until we had a bass player, basically.
Well, Ken was doing vocals, wasn't he?
It was initially, yeah.
Why did you decide to get another guitar player?
A multitude of reasons, really.
Well, we met him and we liked him as a friend, and we always wanted another guitarist. And we asked him to join before the second album, but he wasn't interested because he thought the first one was a pile of bollocks.
Well, he didn't think that. He just basically couldn't see Carcass having much of a future at all because of...
Then after the second album, he was quite impressed by it, and I just really bitched at him to come over, and he came over. So.
Yeah. I mean, it's not just the live thing. It really helps us live, obviously. It feels more balanced. It sounds more balanced. But it's also for the studio too, because I mean, you know, I mean, obviously I could have done as many guitars as I wanted to on the last records, but it would have been stupid because if you can't do it in live or in rehearsal or anything, it just won't feel right. So now, I mean, the guitar parts are limitless. We can do whatever we like, harmonies, and, you know, different phrasing, everything really.
So how long has he been in the band?
3 months.
3 or 4 months.
Yeah. Seems like an eternity, but
Kicking him.
Did you have to put the collage on the inside of Symphonies and Sickness?
I think in a way, yeah, we did. 2 reasons. One, I think in a way it wouldn't have been too close to the first album sleeve. Secondly, the record company now was in the business of selling records, not getting it banned, and they wanted a more sort of commercial record. So I think we got the best of both worlds. You know, you still got the horror, and it still gets in the shop. So
that's what people get. You know,
yeah, that's it.
That's where everybody can get it.
That's what music's about. You know, selling records.
that's it. I mean, if we can't even get people to hear our music, then we're just like, you know, fighting ourselves. Really.
I mean, we proved all we had to prove with the first album. So there's no point in just repeating ourselves all the time.
Do a lot of people recognize that upside down head on the cover?
No.
No.
Hardly anyone ever thinks it's a dog or
People
a
think
volcano or
it's a pig or something, you know, shit. How do you know that?
Somebody showed it to me. I didn't figure it out. It's pretty good. So, how much vocals do each of you do on the new album?
He does all the deep, I do all the screechy and high pitch.
But he also does some with effect on it. So he's this, you know, there's a couple of parts where the voice is inhumanly low. It obviously has an effect
We
on
make
it.
no pretense about that, it's an effect. And,
It's obviously like...
we're not the first band to
cinematic.
use it, you know, they use it in films and all that shit.
But that's only
we've been accused of, like, you know, all the vocals is all effects and all this shit. But
I know it's like, you know, some people after shows, like one in particular in Richmond, Virginia. I mean, we did one in the afternoon, then we did one in the evening. And the evening show was like in front of like a more of a kind of hippie, hardcore type thing, you know. And especially after that show, people coming up to me and saying, oh, you know, do you use an effect on your voice? And my vocal was totally clean. It was just that they weren't familiar with that style. But I mean, the majority of vocals are totally clean.
yeah, I think the next album we're going to make it as clean as possible.
Yeah.
You know.
There will be the odd effect where it's needed, but I think we're going to have to be very sparing because, let's face it, I mean, it's been overdone pretty heavily already.
That was my next question. Did you ever consider doing a song in a voice that people can understand?
I think I can understand
I
mine.
think so. I mean,
I'd like to sing on some of the new stuff, but I don't think I can.
I mean, it'll get across much sicker. Or do you think that?
If I sing, that's
well,
pretty
that
sick,
would be
yeah.
twisted actually. But no, I mean, we're definitely going to get into, you know, pronouncing every word as clearly as possible. But I don't think we're going to turn down the extremity of vocals. I mean, they're going to be still totally.
We're going to have a few ballads on the next album.
So how did you get into writing these technical gore lyrics?
I think Ken was the first person to write lyrics for this band.
Yeah, he was, and
then I mean, Bill started writing lyrics and I started writing, and I just took it one step further, I think, by getting my sister's nursing dictionary and It was just basically what we were trying to do was just take so-called death metal a bit further, make it a bit more realistic, a bit more. Instead of saying gore and guts all the time, actually, describing what the hell we're on about and avoiding slang or colloquial terms, proper English. That's what it's always been about. And now it's getting even more twisted, whereas we're not making words up, we're crossing words, and it's just like, as when you compose notes together, or riffs to make a song. It's the same with words to make lyrics. It's more flowing, it's more poetic. Half the time it doesn't make sense, the lyrics, it's just pure stupidity,
Well, it does make sense in terms of it's like they're real senses, they make grammatical sense.
Yeah, but it's contradictory. Like the first verse something dies, and then the next verse, all this shit.
I mean, some of it's like kind of...
but it's like, it's as much an art form as the music. The lyrics aren't just written on one night. It's they ferment in a way over a few months or weeks. And
how much time do you spend researching one song?
I don't research at all. If we're talking now, and if I'm writing lyrics, I just listen to everyday life, what people are saying or what I see, and I like taking popular phrases and twisting it around a bit, perverse. It's fun.
So you come up with the concept first, and then do some
I
research.
suppose so. But if we were just trying to be sick, just to its own end, we could be a lot sicker. We're not just trying to be a sick band and all that shit. But, there's a lot of bands that are just sick just for the sake of it. I think we're pretty tasteful in our own little way. Do you agree?
Yeah, well, it's like, a lot of time is spent on the lyrics and, I don't know, parts of the sleeves and stuff, but, when it comes down to it, it's just the music we're bothered about. So, we want everything to kind of help each other, the lyrics kind of enhance the music and vice versa, but we don't want really any of the other stuff to override the music, because that's why we're here, really. So it's really hard to try and keep the balance.
But to me, all three are important.
Yeah. No, well, they are all important, whatever.
The cocktail, all these ingredients.
After writing Empathological Necroticism, are you considering cremation when you die?
We've got a song about one of the new songs about crematorium, taking the ashes and using them as fertilizer and to grow cash crops. So
Did that bother you when you were looking into that subject? What goes on?
Into what subject? That's funny. Those lyrics were probably the last ones to be written for that album, and they weren't really. They were like the quickest that came up with. Nothing deep about it. It's just. When you die, you die. You just don't feel anything. So I remember being in junior school and someone describing about people analysing your guts and shit when you died to see how you died. And it frightened me at the time when you're like 9 years old, but you don't feel anything for Christ's sake, so it doesn't matter.
So are you going to do your slideshow tonight?
Don't think so.
No.
We're going to have a private session after the gig. $2 to get in.
Do you do that back home?
Yeah, but we usually have a friend to do it, and it's been landed on us. Someone's turned up with a projector today from combat, and they expect us to sort it out.
Yeah.
But it's not really how
shoddy if we did it.
Yeah, we're here to. We've got to sort our own fucking gear out. Never mind the projector. We've really not got the. We can't be running from the stage to the back trying to change slides.
It's really hard as well. We've got another kit behind our kit every night, so it's not as if we can just go onto the back wall and stick the screen up.
And we've been taking the piss out of the people that help us, but Christ, I miss them in a way now because it's so much hard work. Going back to basics, lifting our own gear, and
every day it's just completely unbearable.
Even if they're not very good at doing the jobs.
So what kind of slides are they?
More or less just
something it's like pathological photographs and
a lot of the stuff that's on the albums are sleeves really, but enlarged and stuff like that.
Or before they were cut up.
Yeah. You guys have any other problems with censorship or protesters or anything?
At the moment in the south of Ireland, a few members of the Irish Parliament are trying to ban the record and shit and cassette. But Ireland's a pretty conservative Catholic country. We've had our we've never really come into close contact with any extreme reaction. In Sweden, there's some guy, Rick, I can't remember the name of the guy.
Alan Rubin, that's it.
Oh, Alan, yeah, I was thinking of Rick Rubin. Yeah, this Alan Rubin guy, he dug out our sleeve on national television, in front of a few million audience, going out really getting hot-headed about it. I mean, we love that. I mean, that really encourages me to write more extreme lyrics and continue. And, that's what it's all about. I want to laugh.
So you're happy about this US distribution of Combat now?
Yeah, if anything's good enough for us, you know.
Yeah, we just got it. I mean, because we know the album, we know it can sell a bit over here at least. So, you know, it's just about time it finally came out. You know, because as far as I know, it hasn't been distributed too well on import. So yeah, we have.
What else does Gruesome Graphics do? Do they just, is that something
that's
you guys just do?
He's Gruesome Graphics.
That's you, huh?
Gruesome Graphics.
Did you do the drawings?
Yeah.
Is Ken still going to school?
University. He's got 1 year left.
How about you guys?
All of us, the rest
I'm
of
a
us,
professional musician.
we're just basically
bumming around.
I mean, when we finish this tour, we're all in very. He hasn't got a home. I've got one, but I mean, basically, you know, I haven't got any money.
I'm going to move to America.
You know.
How long have you guys been here so far?
2 weeks. I think.
What'd you think of G. Willikers last Sunday?
Which one was that?
The one you played Sunday?
Oh, it's too small.
It's about the size of this.
Yeah, you know, that little club in the middle of nowhere, in New Jersey.
Oh yeah. Still, I'm in the audience.
Plus, the equipment was a bit bollocks as well.
I mean, it sounded a bit grim on stage,
Yeah.
but
Piece of shit, yes. So how's the reaction been compared to your home crowd?
Better, I think.
Yeah.
well, overall, yeah. The first couple of shows.
Depends what you mean by home, though. I mean, like Europe, Germany, those countries were pretty.
Germany, you know, especially
the
that's our
ranges
main
and-
country for selling albums at the moment. So when we go there, you know, the crowds we pulled were astonishing. It wasn't exactly. I mean, the promotion was good, but it could have been better, and still we pulled massive crowds. And over here, we've been surprised really because the things only available on import, and we've been getting some mail from the States, but nothing that would actually indicate we'd go down as well as we have.
No, I think it does, but only on the East Coast, like,
Yeah.
around New Jersey and New York. But we played Washington, and I think I'm not just talking shit, but it seemed like half the crowd were there for us as well.
Yeah, Washington was the exception. I mean,
Washington's got a good scene.
usually, of course, I mean, it's Death's crowd every night,
Yeah.
and there's a handful.
And we're
of people like
getting
us.
a reaction off them as
Yeah.
well.
But Washington was a really strange thing because it seemed like half the crowd. I mean, when we got there, half the crowd was waiting outside because they weren't sure if we were going to turn up, and they didn't want to go in unless we were playing.
But I mean, it's not as if we're like competing with Death because we're so different anyway.
Yeah.
We feel that, you know. But it's great if, you know, these kids who turn up to see Death and like us. That's good.
Are you doing the whole tour with them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long is it for?
Till October.
Yeah, until mid-October, so it's quite a long time, another 6 weeks or something.
You guys have any new material? Or are you just waiting till the tour's over?
Well, it's all there in its rudimentary form. It all needs to come together. So.
Yeah, I mean, we really need some solid rehearsals because as it is, we've just had. I mean, we've got a couple of songs that have been there for ages, and they're virtually sort of semi-finished, really.
What do you think of New York?
It's alright. Man, was a bit of a disappointment. We went to shit club by all accounts, so Brooklyn seems quite nice. Where are you from?
Trenton, New Jersey.
Oh, really?
Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Philadelphia.
Been there.
Yeah.
Just thanks for the interview. and everything.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thanks.
The song we're going to dedicate to Carnage fanzine. This one's called Rushhead. Yeah,